James Zanewicz from Tulane Medicine here in the Bullpen at JPM 2025, and it's my pleasure to sit down with Michael Salgaller of the NIH. Michael, welcome to the Bullpen.
Thank you very much for having us. Appreciate it.
To have you here, and I have 3 questions for you today, all super easy, but first, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got here.
So I'm a recovering scientist. I started my career on the faculty at NIH and at Washington, D.C. Decided to move all the way across the country with a wife and a 2-year-old to join a startup that had 3 founders and 6 months worth of money in the cancer space. And to show you that you never know, we ended up getting 2 products into registration trials and IPOing it 5 years later. Then I left to come back to DC and join an early stage venture capital firm, so helped other people start companies for a while. And I've headed a few small companies, and immediately before coming back to NIH, I was at a lobby firm in downtown DC where we were retained to connect industry with different parts of the federal government that could help develop their medical products. And that's a good segue into what our part of NIH does.
So you've worked in all aspects of the ecosystem, which is incredible because most people don't get that kind of experience.
Right. Most have either only been on the sell side or only the buy side.
Yeah, when you add in the NIH experience, that's totally a different layer than many people.
Right.
Yeah, and so the next thing I want to ask you, because we talked about your history, how you got where you are now, but what are you working on now? What captures your focus right at this moment in time?
So as the world's largest biomedical research center, we have programs in over 800 different diseases. What we're focused on is significant unmet medical needs. And that's a very broad category. However, it's easier to say what we focus on from a go-to-market strategy. If your go-to-market strategy is over-the-counter, direct-to-consumer, SaaS, business-to-business, very fine models, to us, that's not an urgent patient medical need. Something that, for better or for worse, has to go through a regulatory agency before it can be commercialized and be brought to the public. And so that's what we focus on at NIH.
And my understanding is that NIH is looking more and more at your SBIR and STTR initiatives coming up potentially as ways to help advance science as well. So you don't just do basic science, you also help innovations move out or companies move forward as well, which a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah, so the SBIR program, it's America's Seed Fund. It's a truly great program. It provides non-dilutive support through a competitive grant mechanism. What my part of NIH represents is ways for companies to actually potentially get non-dilutive support without actually writing a competitive grant. If we are able to partner, if we're able to find an internal champion, one of our 850 tenured researchers or clinicians interested in working with your company, then we will bring NIH resources, capabilities, and support to bear. So we will help offset the cost of the collaboration. So that's indirect or in-kind support. SBIRs are direct support. If you get a good enough score, we give you the money. With indirect or in-kind support through partnerships, we will spend money on your behalf. So that way it addresses your burn rate and extends your runway.
So it's all about that relationship, that collaboration. So if folks are looking to take advantage of this program and find that internal champion that can help with this, what's their best way to do that? Because obviously it's not everyone coming to you at once. How would you advise?
Well, we're certainly a central point of contact. In the tech transfer office. If we don't particularly cover the disease or disorder the company is focused on, we will provide a warm introduction to our colleague at the appropriate tech transfer office so that the discussions can continue. The other thing is, if the company has sufficient bandwidth internally, going after an SBIR and looking into a NIH partnership can be an and. It doesn't have to be an or.
That's a great way to move your company forward. And so with that, you're now familiar with the Bullpen. You know the Bullpen's all about finding someone, helping them, and repeating. What would your ask of the Bullpen community be? Because you're going to get tens of thousands of people who see this every month. And so your opportunity, how can people help you in what you're doing?
So we actually need deal flow. Currently we have over 1,200 company partnerships. However, despite that impressive statistic, we still have hundreds of researchers and clinicians that are looking for exciting technologies to work with. And we have hundreds of exciting technologies available for licensing. So if you are a company, we'd love to hear from you. If you are a professional services firm that has a life science clientele, law firm, accounting firm, consulting firm, regulatory firm, we could potentially help your clients. And as the federal government, it's a very clean relationship. We don't pay referral fees.
Yep.
And then if you're an investor, anything from an angel all the way to a family office, venture philanthropy, whatever, we would potentially like to help one of your portfolio companies to reach that next value inflection point.
So it's really not your grandmother's or grandfather's NIH. NIH, much like the field of library science, has really expanded in what you offer to folks. Like, you're doing a lot more to help innovation move forward. You're not just funders of research, you have lots of other pieces as well for the entire ecosystem, which I think is really incredible.
Yeah, so actually what I'm describing has been in place since the 80s, but it is not as well known as the SBIR program.
It will be now.
That would be good. That would be good.
Do you have any last comments you want to make for the Bullpen community?
Yeah, so we work on therapeutics, devices, diagnostics, vaccines, wearable med tech, AI, digital health, and we would love to hear from companies with innovative approaches. And would like to talk to them about how leveraging your tax dollars, because you fund our operations. So you can use what you've already financed to help your company get to market and get to the patient.
So I'd say companies who are in these spaces, definitely check out the program. If you're an investor, an accelerator, an academic center working with companies like this, make sure they know about this great program, because honestly, I didn't know about this until I sat down today, and it's my job to know these things. So it's fantastic to have you here.
NIH's mission and goals is sort of twofold. One is much better known than the other. One is to address global health and improve the quality and quantity of life. And when people think of NIH, it's like, well, sure, that makes sense. But actually, another part of our goals, and you can look it up on our website, is facilitating economic development. So we are supposed to take the investment from the US taxpayer, about $47 billion a year, and give the taxpayer a return on their investment. So part of our goals and mission is actually to help the companies grow, sell more products, hire more people, lease more space, pay more taxes, give you a return on your investment.
In addition to the return of just better improved health, which is the huge goal of NIH as well.
Yes, absolutely. The two are very connected.
Fantastic. It was just so great having you here today. I look forward to seeing you around the Bullpen all week at JPM and at many events in the future.
I appreciate and look forward to it. Thank you very much.